comic Frontline fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, and Cat Comic Uno, and we're going to be doing a dual review today. We're going to be talking about Powers of X issue 1, and bear with us as well, as this is kind of a test for our live show on Tuesday, because we are using a new streaming service called StreamYard, and because Google Hangouts does not exist anymore. So so bear with us. It's a learning curve for everybody. We think this might be probably the best option for us, so we can still get you guys comments and things like that. And so we're going to be playing with the screen at the same time. You're going to be seeing some banners, all kinds of stuff. Kat, if you see comments,
I'll try pulling it through. I don't know if you could actually. Yeah, it looks like you could see the comments on the side, which is nice. Let us know what view you like. This is right now for two people, I think this is the best view.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think that one is good. So yeah. I don't know if I actually will get chats. I have no idea. So
yeah, because Mike's using his phone. I had to run home to use my computer because it doesn't broadcast on the phone. So even for you guys, maybe this is a good test to see which one you like better for your live streams as well. But today we're gonna kind of talk about Power of X, because me and Mike, maybe Jay, are the only ones who've read it so far. Well, first of all, I guess to give a disclaimer, I didn't love House of X. It was actually my least favorite book from last week. I'm not a huge Hickman fan. A lot of us here really aren't. But Mike, you did enjoy House of X, right?
I enjoyed it. I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought that there was an unbalance in the issue, and that was my problem with it. So I felt like they did a lot of world building, not a much character development or character interactions, and that's what brought the book down. And when you started getting into the story, what happened is that I'm sorry, I'm reading this comment here. Yeah. Says I agree. I feel in the screen view is the best. Did you put that in there?
Yeah, so I was able to add that, and then you could put the banner back on.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so it just lacked a lot of balance, and so that was my issue with it. And then you would get to the charts and the graphs, and just as you started getting into the story, it's like, hey, just kidding, here's my graph, and you need to learn everything, But the concept of the story is different. It throws a new twist in for the X-Men, and I was kind of curious to see what's going to happen with this whole thing. So, and now Powers of X, we want to see if it's a different style or a different feel. If this is going to be the action-heavy one, or if this is going to be the more of the character development one. And so that's what I was looking at there. So I was hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're just doing different worlds. So House of X is sorry for my phone. House of X is looking for the current X-Men, and then just deal with it, guys. And then Power of X is the future, it looks like. They have some weird, like, Rasputin character that I think are not, like, children of the X-Men like we thought. It's actually clones, not clones, but they're, like, engineered something.
They're engineered mutants by Mr. Sinister. That's who they were. That's who created them. And for some reason or whatever it was, his grand scheme of things was to create these mutants for his beneficial reasons. And then I guess by the time we get to way out into the future, it's like they started like malfunctioning and things like that. And so Aggressively Relaxing says, I love the presentation. If the info drop, House of X was more interesting in my opinion.
Right. And Tevye says hi.
That's right.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess to give the answer now that the phone's not ringing, what was better? For me personally, Power of X was the better read. I enjoyed it more. I will spoil a little bit of Frontline Live for a second. It still was my least favorite book. I also didn't read that many bad books this week. But yeah, I liked it a little bit more, especially the opener with Professor X and his ex-wife, I think. So we'll see. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen her. I don't know what status their relationship is when someone had died. So I guess ex-wife because he's dead. But yeah, I mean, I will say though, it kind of bored me as it went along. Like I was just explaining about the Rasputin stuff. It took a while to kind of get that. So I'm still not really a big fan of the execution of the book, but I like this one a little bit better than the other one.
I like this one better myself because I felt like there was more of a actual, like, I don't want to say story, but there was, I guess we'll go into it. It's more character development. There was a character here and she was new, and you followed like her portion of this journey here of her trying to rescue her sister. You got to see somewhat of her power set, and you get to see obviously kind of where she came from. And she's a mix of, she's a mutt. She's a mix of mutants. That's basically what she is. So she's a mix between obviously Colossus and magic. And I think that,
and Kitty too. Kitty too, because she could go into walls. And I think that's the cool thing, is that we all were predicting, okay, whose kid is this? And it's not. So it was something different, which I respected for this book more than the last one, because the last one did feel like, okay, you're just trying to be so different, because it's just like, all right, the mutants are fully against humans now. But here I felt like concept-wise, they were doing something really interesting.
Yeah, and it's like we're dealing with like 3 different timelines, it looks like. So we're dealing with obviously the dream, the current time, obviously, which what they said was like year 10, and then there's year 100 where everything is like apocalyptic and just nightmarish for the mutants once again. And it's just, and then they're dealing with like Nimrod and all that other stuff. I felt like as the story progressed, I didn't like it as much. I liked it better in the beginning of the book, you know, but you still come across your old man characters. You got old man Magneto, old man Logan. You know, you had, who was in there? Was that Man-Thing in there? I'm looking at the page right now.
The only person I do remember was old man Logan and Magneto.
Right.
And I don't have the comic in front of me, but yeah, that was pretty cool. So again, you want to learn more about this world, but I do agree. Like as the issue went on, I'm like, okay, I kind of want this to end, and that's obviously not a good thing. But I do think there's some interesting concepts here. We do have a lot of comments, so let's actually get into some of those. Okay. Well, first of all, Tevye says, what software are we using? And this is actually a new beta software, and this is called StreamYard. We did try another one last night for testing, and that was Lightstream, but we saw that this is easier and also could be used on mobile. You just can't set up on mobile. So we also have a question from Tevye. How come Charles Xavier doesn't know anything about Mora? That's the question. I don't know. Moria. I think that's going to be interesting to explore, I guess, but maybe because he was dead, he's forgotten stuff. Maybe this goes into Aggressive's question. Do you guys think that it is really Professor X? I don't know. I think he's changed for sure. And what else?
Yeah, definitely. And he's something different, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Because again, even his values are different. But I really like that opener with the festival, wherever they went, Carnival. I thought that was cool. And then for some reason they're asking, did I miss Sonic? This is not Frontline Live, and Michael's not here. So you did miss Sonic. This is just going to be Power of X, which we'll talk probably more on Frontline Live as well. But yeah, is there any other thoughts, Mike, that you want to discuss? Or
so are you going to continue to read the whole thing now?
Oh yeah, even if I like give it 0 stars, I think unless they like kill off Kitty or do something horrible, for me, I'm still gonna continue to read it, because this is gonna be a big prelude to where the X-Men might be going for like a good 5 years or 10 years, who knows? Because you know Hickman's on his titles for a long time. So, right. And also it's launching all these other titles. So I'm going to stick through it and see where it goes. It's not my favorite thing so far, but I hope to enjoy it a little bit more in the future.
Yeah, hopefully this whole thing comes together. And so what would you rate this book?
I did give it 2.5 stars because I really didn't care for the ending, but it had a little bit more promise than the previous issue. And I actually thought the artwork was better in this issue than House of X issue 1 as well.
All right. I'm going to give this one I liked it a little bit better than the last one. I gave the last one 3.5. I'm going to give this one, I'll break it down even more, 3 3/4 of the stars. So,
Nice.
so just a little bit better than the last one. It just fizzled out for me at the end. So, but yeah, so guys, yeah, this is what you can expect going forward. This will be an interesting one when the whole crew is on here for Frontline Live on Tuesday to see how this all works out. Also, for the channel, you can expect things like this. This was kind of an idea that we planned out, that we wanted to do more group projects and more group like reviews and stuff like that, because that's what Frontline Live is. It's all of us. It's not just an individual person. So most of the videos that you're going to see on here are either live videos or maybe videos with us together, because we're a group and we like having fun with that and we like interacting with you guys. So that's what you can expect going forward.
Well, sure, especially big books like this or books we're really excited for. And my whole house is here. So also in the middle of the day, it's adventurous for all of us to record. Yeah, thanks guys for joining us. And we'll see you actually tonight for Media Madness. So you get to see a different style that we're going to use this for as well. And then obviously Tuesday, Frontline Live. So be sure to check that out. All right. Bye, guys.
Take care. Thank you.